Cheers! How do you do, buckaroos? It always starting or not? Cheers! Hey, buckaroos, how the heck are you? Hey, man, I'm not really in this nice jazz cafe behind me, but I'd really like to be. So this is a beer sent to me, given to me by a friend, David Gaylor. Thanks, David. I hadn't had this before. In fact, I've never even heard of the brewery before. Barrier Brewing Company. Barrier Brewing Company. Oh, Oceanside, New York. All right. Well, how about that? Morticia. Oak bourbon barrel spirals and coffee. A Morticia Imperial Stout brewed with milk sugar and conditioned on oak spirals and coffee. How about that? I haven't had this beer before. Like I said, I haven't even heard of this brewery before. It is. I didn't mention that earlier, though. I just realized I didn't tell you the ABV. 10.1%. Let me show you that can and hope I don't drop it. My hands aren't doing well today. There you go. 10.1%. It's a big one. Now that the work week's over, I can relax and have my first beer of the weekend. It is Friday as I do this video. Being, the honest person that I am, in the interest of full disclosure, I did start the weekend. I was hurting, man. I was in a lot of pain when I got home today. I had 3 fingers of this earlier. That was about an hour ago now, so my palate is somewhat fresh, or as fresh as it can be at this time of day. Oh, wow. That nose is crazy. Let's see. Imperial Stout brewed with milk sugar, oaks, conditioned with oak spirals and coffee. All right. I did not have this in the refrigerator, although I probably wish I would have. Not that it needs to be colder, it needs to be less cold, because I had it in my garage. My garage is probably closer to walk-in freezer temp than... I know the garage is colder than the fridge at the moment. Yeah, I probably should have let this warm just a little bit longer. It's cold in the garage. Did I mention that? Yeah, man, today was brutal. While I was out in the cold, in and out. Oh. Lifting, standing, stooping. It was terrible. It was putting a hurt on an old man today. I'm here to tell you, I was in a lot of pain when I got home. I needed that 3 fingers of bourbon, boy. It was either that or go straight to muscle relaxers and pain pills, but I really wanted to have some beverages. So I was trying to get by, man. You feel some of that milk sugar sweetness on the nose. I'm trying to let it warm a little bit because I know I've got it too stifled. Certainly can feel some of those big Imperial Stout notes, but I am getting some of those spirals as well. Oak spirals are great for smaller breweries that maybe don't have the time or capacity for barrels. When I worked for Saddlebach, that's how they aged their Imperial Porter. He would soak those spirals. Steve, the owner and head brewer, would soak those spirals in Maker's Mark for a very long time, and then he would, it does help smaller breweries achieve that, that bourbon barrel like note a lot quicker than actually putting it into a bourbon barrel. And quite frankly, it's very expensive for a lot of these smaller brewers to even buy a bourbon barrel. So it is, some may see it as a shortcut, but you can achieve the same result, in some cases a better result. That Imperial Porter that Saddlebach did, that was just insanely good. This is nice. That coffee, I just picked up that coffee. I'm kind of feeling it on the nose now. I wasn't getting that initially, but I really can't feel that taste. But I get that towards the end. That coffee really comes into play. Early on, I feel those Imperial Stout notes, right? I get a little bit of that milk sugar, then we break into that coffee. You do feel some of those bourbon-soaked spirals in there in a nice way. This is a good beer, man. I'm going to pair it with a bourbon later, but I want to do a video with just this. Since I've got that blue note out, I may just use it, but I was trying to think if I had something else that may pair better with. Oh, cheese whiz and bacon. That's good. But yeah, I mean, I had this out in the garage, and we had some temperatures today, man. It was cold. My testicles have decided to reside in my lower intestine until spring. Yeah, it's fucking cold out there, man. Oh, it's freezing. Yeah, oh, it's cold. I was in such pain when I got home I could barely walk. By the time I got home, oh man, it was brutal. Yeah, so the more I let this warm up, I'm really trying to get some heat on it. The more aromatic it becomes. I should have let this sit in the kitchen for about 30 minutes before I popped it. I wasn't thinking it was that cold being out in the garage. But yeah, it's cold in the garage, man. It'd have been less cold if I put it in the fridge. I didn't put it in the fridge because I didn't want it to get that cold, but it's colder in the damn garage than it's the fridge. It's cold! But yeah, now those flavors are coming together. You're gonna get some toffee notes as well. And again, I'm telling you, I feel that sweetness right towards the middle. The coffee really comes out right towards the end for me. It's a very well put together beer. Yeah, it's nice. 10.1% though. You can feel a little bit, but it does hide it pretty well. It never gets to boozy. For me, the word, a lot of folks just banty that word around boozy. I will never use the word boozy unless it is off-putting. So to me, the word boozy implies it's off-putting. So, it's like when they say, well, it's hot. It's too hot. Oh yeah, that's nice. Hey, thanks, David. I appreciate it. This is a damn fine beer. So anyway, I'm gonna hang on to some of this because I want to do a live video with it as well. But anyway, I am. Who are you? Who cares? I am Tom Beer Whisper, Beer Evangelist. Man, it's been a week, man. We've had some inclement weather all week, so my functions at work have been a little bit different due to the weather. I felt like I was playing catch up today, trying to get 3 days of work down to one, and it was just brutal. Here's the issue, though, is that most of the deadlines and stress that I have is relatively self-imposed. They pretty much let me do my job. I get certain things done, and they're okay. But for me, I'm always looking to get this done. When the bar is here, but I'm trying to get to here. So yeah, most of the stress I have is self-imposed. I have to admit that. It's just kind of the way I was brought up. But I do enjoy the particular job I have now, which I've had for about 2 years now, or a little over 2 years actually. But anyway, hey Morticia, focus, Tom, will you? Imperial Brewing, New York, man. I hadn't had anything from this brewery before. This beer is rather impressive, though. I'm here to tell you, Oceanside, New York. I am Tom, the Beer Whisperer. Forgot what I was drinking for a second. I'm talking the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist. Yeah, I am that tired. I'm in that much pain. I am Don the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, prolific beer drinker, proverbial wisdom, and all-around good guy. Cheers. Ah.